Russet Spot would speak with Heatherthorn and Lavender Paw about the sad news. Cloverfeather has passed away from his infection. I was never able to find anything for it in time. I feel terrible, sighed the healer. How do you think she'll react? Terribly, both cats replied to her. Cloverfeather had just been discussing how he and Dustyfern were discussing kits. This is going to be devastating for her, Heatherthorn explained. Russet Spot looked worried about this, but had no other choice in the matter. She had to be told. She would find Dustyfern about to leave the dirt place and stop her. Wait! I have news! Dustyfern would be told the grim news about her friend and possible mate, Cloverfeather. I'm so sorry to have to tell you this. It seems that Cloverfeather's infection has finally gotten the best of him. He's died. Dustyfern looked absolutely diminished at the news of her future mate. The she-cat's body sagged. We had discussed being mates. We discussed expanding the lineage for Dustyclan. We... Her voice trailed off as she became overrun with emotions of sadness. Dustyfern would head to her den to be alone. She really was the last cat from her birth clan now. With a heavy sigh, she lay in her bed thinking of the times when her life had been much more happier. How she had grown up with Cloverfeather, sparring with him and watching him work his way up in the ranks. May the gods grant you good hunting, swift running, and shelter when you sleep. Later that day, Russet Spot urged the she-cat to eat food. The clan wouldn't be well if the leader was weak. Dustyfern stared at the fresh kill with no appetite. I can't, Russet Spot. I just can't eat. The healer sat there looking worried at the leader. If you want, I can sit with you, and you can tell me everything about you and Cloverfeather. It sounds like the two of you were always there for each other. We were, Dustyfern croaked, looking at the healer with a small pained smile as she thought of the Tom. We grew up together. We were side by side all through our lives. We faced many things together. He was my knight. He fought for that rank for so long. Dustyfern would tell Russet Spot a lot about her life back in Flint Clan, how her father had been so strict and her mother wasn't really a mother, how Cloverfeather had lost his mother and his sister due to a coup upon Dustyfern's father. Cloverfeather had been the squire of her father. As Dustyfern spoke, Russet Spot saw just how the Tom had been so important to her. Now her heart would have a massive hole in it from this loss for quite some time. As night fell upon Dustyclan, everything turned silent. The sounds of crickets chirping outside was all that could be heard. Dustyfern sat within the leader's den, grooming herself, still thinking of Cloverfeather. She should have really gone to bed and tried to sleep, but her mind was just running wild. A cat would show up within her den suddenly. They would both look at each other, staring in surprise. The large long-haired Tom would take a step back. I'm sorry. Pardon the intrusion. I'll leave. No, stammered Dustyfern, still taken by surprise by the large Tom. It's okay. You can stay. With the loss of her mate, it would seem the she-cat wasn't thinking correctly. The Tom would look perplexed as she would approach him and begin to nuzzle him. I'm glad you came, honestly. The Tom wouldn't move a muscle as this unknown she-cat nuzzled him. What was going on? Are you okay? I'm better than okay, she'd purr, looking at him with a somber look upon her face. I'm wonderful now that you showed up. He'd blink in surprise and confusion. What's your name? Dustyfern, leader of Dustyclan. What's yours? Gingerfish. Dustyfern would sigh with contentment as she'd snuggle up to the Tom. Gingerfish. She'd chuckle and look at him. You must really like to fish? No. Well, I can, though that's not how I got my name. My two-leg gave me this name after his pet fish, Ginger, died. Gingerfish explained slowly, resting his head atop the she-cat's. He felt an odd sensation come over him as he did. You don't want me to go? Dusty Fern shook her head. I want you to stay. I'll stay. After a long couple of days wandering in search of herbs, Russet Spot and Heatherthorn would return. Russet Spot finding that the herbs had been messed with in her den. She'd immediately narrow her eyes at Lavender Paw and give a hiss before vaulting herself at him, chasing him away and yowling. Lavender Paw giggling as he ran. I didn't do anything! I didn't do anything! How dare you touch the herbs, you little kit! Russet Spot yelled as she chased him. Russet Spot would notice the new face within camp and greet the new cat. Welcome to Dustyclan. I'm the healer, Russet Spot. Gingerfish would dip his head in return. Gingerfish. The healer nuzzled him welcomingly. I hope you'll stay here. We need the help. There would be a chuckle from the Tom. Of course I'm staying. Dustyford is having my kits. What? Exclaimed Russet Spot in sheer shock. She had just lost her mate, and now she was having Gingerfish's kits? This is so soon. I didn't know what to say. Congratulations? Gingerfish would laugh, seeing how the news had affected the she-cat. Yes, indeed, beamed the healer happily. Congratulations. I need to go see her. The healer would leave Gingerfish in search of Dusty Fern. Dusty Fern could be found in the den site for the warriors resting in the sunlight that shone into the place. Dusty Fern! The leader would look surprised to see the healer back. Russet Spot! I didn't realize you had left until yesterday. How was the herb gathering? It went well. We got a lot of stuff, Russet Spot exclaimed excitedly. I was told that you're expecting kits? Is this true? It is, the she-cat replied, looking at her swelling belly. They're gingerfishes. You moved on so quickly from Cloverfeather, murmured the healer as she'd check her leader over. Is this okay? Are you okay? The leader would sigh, looking slightly upset about something. I know. You might look at me as if I'm a fool. The moment I saw Gingerfish, things felt okay, that I'd be all right. He ran into that den suddenly, and we were both taken by surprise. In that moment of surprise and fear, I saw through him. Saw through him? Russet Spot repeated, not understanding what she meant. His character. It was a nice character. Just like Cloverfeather's character was. I instantly knew that he was meant to be there. With me. For me. Russet Spot would see how Dusty Fern's mind was just then. These kits shouldn't have been made, and Gingerfish was a replacement for Cloverfeather. I think that she shouldn't look at Gingerfish in such a way. That the Tom is a lost kitty pet? These kits are half-clan? Russet Spot heaved a sigh and rocked back on her haunches. The kits and yourself are doing good. Please get more rest, Dusty Fern. Relax. The healer would leave the den site looking troubled. Gingerfish was in front of the meeting area talking with Lavender Paw. She knew that Cloverfeather was gone, but why did Gingerfish have to come at such a bad time for? When would Dusty Fern snap out of her grief-stricken blindness and finally see the truth? When that happened, there was sure to be a lot of drama, including innocent kits. Okay. Hey guys, how are y'all? I am literally working backwards to forwards for this whole challenge to make sense, and already there are so many different challenges and things that are going on. So as you saw, when I added the new cat, who is Gingerfish, Like, as I'm getting other cats set up and stuff rolling for things, I kid you not, Dusty Fern went to Gingerfish, mated with him behind my back, and now she's having kits. This is not what I was expecting, not what I was really wanting. Oh god. Okay, so this is day 4 of the series thing, but like on this thing it's Tuesday. Don't pay attention to that. It's nothing. So it is day 4 of the thing. And so yeah. Also I need to roll for illnesses. Dusty Fern is not sick, Russet Spot is not sick, Heatherthorn is not sick, Gingerfish isn't sick. I was expecting him to be sick, but he's not. It was Lavender Paw who rolled a fever. And so we don't have anything for a fever, sadly. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen, honestly. I'm going to have to go back and look at it. So then Dusty Fern, she got 1 piece of prey on hunting. And then Gingerfish got attacked by an animal, and he has a sprain. So we don't have anything for a sprain either. I don't think. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we don't have elderberries. So yeah. Hmm. It's crazy. It's really, it's really quite crazy. We are really, really dealing with a lot of stuff right now. So for the fever, we need a crocus or a chrysanthemum. We don't have either of those. Um, I don't know what we're gonna do. I already know how the kitting is gonna go, because I've already gone through all of that. I am really working on these videos and stuff, these little cutscenes to add to everything and have y'all enjoy the cats and get to know them and learn their personalities. Um, I might put up a personality type of thing, like a background thing of how these cats, came to be and what they're doing and stuff, what they focus on. Um, I don't know how y'all would enjoy that. Just tell me if you would. I really want to know. As much work as I put into all this, I would enjoy feedback. Basically, I really want feedback. Um, what y'all like, what y'all don't like. I have really cut out a lot of yeah, the rolling and stuff that I have to do, and now I'm just doing the generators and doing stories. So it's going fairly well. I was actually kind of surprised about Gingerfish and Dusty Fern, honestly. Really, I was. I was not expecting them to hook up like that. And we are also expecting another big surprise when the healer gets back and her and Heatherthorn get back from their wandering of getting herbs and stuff. So that's surprising. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to doing the video and I will be back with y'all.